Hello, I'm Mario Toneguzzi, managing editor of Canada's podcast, taking care of business today with Chris Alexander, president of Remax Canada. Thanks, Chris, for joining us today.
Good to see you, Mario. Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you. Let's talk a little bit about a report that Remax put out today, the Fall Housing Market Outlook. What can Canadians expect to see in the housing market this fall?
Well, generally speaking, we're predicting an increase across Canada between 1 and 6%. And you're going to have some markets that perform better than others. But, you know, all things considered, it's pretty flat for the balance of this year. We are expecting interest rates to decrease over the balance of the fall, which will help stimulate more activity, but affordability still remains the
Hmm.
biggest challenge for a lot of Canadians right now.
Now, let's talk just a little bit about a couple of different areas of the housing market. Sales, first of all, MLS sales. What do what's impacting sales in Canada right now?
Well, consumer confidence, uncertainty, and inconsistency in monetary policy from the Bank of Canada.
Hmm.
And so, if you're a consumer and have been trying to enter the market this year, it's been very difficult to gauge and get some confidence and be comfortable because we've had a lot of conflicting reports. There's a lot of misinformation, and the timing of everything has caused some trepidation as well for the average consumer.
Okay, what about the prices? What's impacting prices these days in the market?
Well, depending on where you are, it is affordability. And we
Hmm.
are at pretty much historical averages with interest rates, but they're, 200% higher than they were when a lot of people were purchasing in 2020. Now, if you bought in 2019 and you're outside of Alberta or Nova Scotia, you're still at a really strong equity position, and the gap between
Hmm.
your today purchase or your today home and your next purchase has closed. So that's encouraging. But not only real estate is expensive, food, gas,
Yeah.
heating your homes, all these things have just gone up so much that it's hard for Canadians to fathom right now.
All right. And looking at the inventory, I know it's has been an issue, a problematic issue in Canada for a little while now. Are we still seeing inventory on the low side of what it should be?
It depends where you are and depends on the product. So
Hmm.
Alberta, for example, very tight inventory, and we're going to see continued upward pressure on prices, especially in Calgary and in Edmonton. Ontario, BC, your inventory's climbed, and in the condo market in Toronto, we're almost at 12 months of inventory. And I don't expect that to last forever. I mean, just think we don't have enough houses overall, and our population has grown in record numbers. But the other thing to keep in mind is in Ontario and British Columbia, new housing starts, new pre-construction projects have pretty much stopped. And so I believe that inventory is going to be absorbed over the next 4 to 7 months, and then we'll be in tight market conditions again.
All right. What's your best advice, Chris, for sellers out there?
Price is everything right now. Obviously, you want to make sure your home is the best shape it can possibly be. But the most successful strategy I've seen over the course of 2024 is being aggressive with your price.
And what about for buyers?
Buy within your means. I mean, right now we're in a rare moment in time where you've got a lot of options and sellers are willing to negotiate in a lot of instances. If you are looking at your next purchase as somewhere you can see yourself in the next 5 to 7 years at least, it's a really good time. But don't overextend yourself. Work with a professional realtor and find the place that you can see yourself in for a long time.
All right, wonderful. Thanks, Chris, for joining us today.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right, that was Chris Alexander, president of Remax Canada. I'm Mario Toneguzzi, managing editor of Canada's podcast. Thanks for joining us today.